Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel, and today I'm making this video about Windows containers, and I will try to install Docker Engine Enterprise on Windows Server 2019 virtual machine. This is a very basic beginner friendly video for anyone who wants to get started with Windows containers. So let's do it. Okay, so first thing we need is Windows Server 2019 virtual machine, and I will create this virtual machine on Azure. So first thing I will select create a resource and I will select Windows Server 2019 data center. And yeah, let me create a new resource group. I will give it RG Win Container Demo. Yeah, and let's give the virtual machine name VM Win 2019 VM001. Yeah, and region I will give West Europe. Yeah, and standard everything is fine, image is looking fine, and of course I'm using 4 CPUs and 16 GB memory because I want this machine to be fast. And username, let's give AB Azure user, AB AZ user. Yeah, and let's give a password. Ta-da, ta-da. And I will select some inbound ports, so I will select HTTP 80 and HTTPS 443. Let's and all other options are default. So yeah, I'll just click next and review and create. Let's see. So deployment is in progress. I think it will take a couple of minutes to complete. All right, so deployment is complete. Let's check our virtual machine. We'll go to resource and there you go. This is our virtual machine running. So let's try to connect to it using RDP. So I'll download the RDP file and yeah, I will select this folder and I will open this file and I'll click connect, and now it's asking for credentials, so I'll go to more choices and I'll select a different account and I will give the username which I have given during when I was creating this machine, and I'll click remember me and okay. There you go, it's giving me a connection warning. I will select yes, and there you have it. So this is my virtual machine. So let's wait for this machine to boot up. All right, quick and easy. We are inside our virtual machine. Okay, so now I will open a PowerShell session. Yeah, so let me search for PowerShell and I will select Windows PowerShell and I will pin it to the taskbar. So one thing you want to make sure that you are running PowerShell as an administrator, because the kind of commands we are running for installing Docker requires some high level privileges. All right, perfect. So everything is looking good. And now what I will do, I will search for Microsoft documentation to install Docker Engine. So I will search for Windows containers and I will click on the first link. And as you can so as you can see, this is like the Microsoft documentation about Windows containers. So I'll go to quick starts and I will click on this link, set up your environment. And over here it's quick, it says that you need Windows Server, and to run containers on Windows Server you need physical server or a virtual machine. So you can use any of these virtual machines, Windows Server 2022, 2019, 2016. So we are running Windows Server 2019. Okay, Perfect. Next thing what I want to do is to install Docker, and I want to install Docker on Windows Server. So I will use the commands which are available in Windows Server tab. All right. So first thing it asks me is to open an elevated PowerShell. That means to run PowerShell as administrator. Yeah. And then it says and install Docker Microsoft Package Management Provider. All right. So we will run this command from the PowerShell gallery. Okay, so yeah, let's run this command, and it will install this Microsoft MSFT Docker provider in our Windows server. So let's quickly check this provider, what this is. So this is nothing but a PowerShell module, a PowerShell script. So let's check what is inside this script. So this script does nothing but installs Docker on your machine. Okay, so if you'll see here, um, yeah, let's quickly check. So yeah, it will install the package, and yeah, so this is all the PowerShell script. It will update. So if you want to install, it will install the package, and it has all the commands, yeah, related to installing Docker on your machine. Yeah. So yeah, if you'll go to see install package, it will install all the packages. Yeah, so it's like quite a big PowerShell script. It's one huge script. All right. So I'll select yes here. All right, so the installation has finished. Yeah, next we will install the Docker package. So I will run this command to install the Docker package. So as you can see, use the package management PowerShell module to install the latest version of Docker. So using this module, what we are trying to do is we are trying to install Docker. So when PowerShell asks you whether to trust the package Docker default, type A to continue the installation. So yeah, it's asking us, are you sure you want to install? I will type A and I will continue the installation. And there you go. So it's saying that it has installed Docker and it needs a restart to enable the containers feature. So let's restart our machine. So I'll type restart computer and force. All right, so restart is finished. So yeah, our machine is up and running, and I will now try to connect back to our machine. So it's asking me for credentials. Let me give the credentials and I will click yes and connect. So yeah, there you go. We are back in our machine. Okay, so let's check. So let's type Docker and press enter. So yeah, as you can see, it's giving me the Docker CLI response. So Docker is available installed on this machine. Okay, looking good. So what I want to do is to check Docker version. So I'll type Docker version, and as you can see, it's giving me the version information. So we are running version 20.10.7 server and the client version. Okay, there are a couple of more things which I want to show you. So if you'll go to services, and in services, you will see that there is a new registered service called Docker Engine. So yeah, as you can see, this Docker Engine, this is the service which is now available on your Windows server. So as you can see inside program files Docker, Docker D is the Docker daemon, which is running as a service here. All right. Yeah. Another important service which I want to tell you is about this host network service. So this is something Docker uses to create container networks. So it is also very important that this service is running when you are using Docker. All right, perfect. Let's move ahead. So let's do Docker info, and it will give us detailed information about Docker. So as you can see, this is giving information about client and server. So we are currently running Windows, and yeah, swarm is inactive, and default isolation is process isolation. So Windows servers can run in two types of isolation modes. One is process and another is Hyper-V. All right. So yeah, let's do. So yeah, now let's. Next thing, what we want to do is we want to run a container, and to run a container, we need an image. So let's try to pull an image from DockerHub. So yeah, let's talk about images here a little bit. So if you'll go to, yeah, if you'll go to concepts, you will see here container base images. So there are two most popular base images. One is Windows Server Core and another is Nanoserver. So let's check out. So as you can see, this Windows Server 4, and you can see there are featured tags here. And LTSC 2019 is the featured tag available. So we will try to pull this particular image. Yeah. So also related to images, you need to check the version compatibility. So yeah, this is the version compatibility table. And as you can see, since we are running Windows Server 2019, these are the base images uh, which we can run. So as you can see, Windows Server 2019 can only run base image Windows Server 2019 in process isolation mode. So process isolation we just saw is the default isolation. All right. So yeah. So this is what we want to do. We can only run Windows Server 2019 base images. So we will pull this image. So it's very important to match your operating system version and the image version which you are trying to pull. All right. So yeah, let's try to pull this Windows Server 2019 server core LTSC 2019 base image. So as you can see, it has started downloading, and we will wait for this download to finish. By the time it's downloading, let's talk about this version compatibility. So yeah, um, yes. So over here, if you will see, yeah, yes. So because Windows Server containers and the underlying host share single kernel, the container's base image OS version must match that of host. So this is very critical and important point, that your host version and the base image operating system version should match. All right. And there are many ways to do that. Okay. So one of the ways is like you need to check the exact version of your operating system, and then you can pull images based on this tag. So we will see that in a while how to do that. Yeah. All right, so our server core base image is finally downloaded, and we can check that using Docker images command. And as you can see, this LTSC 2019 server core base image is of 5.74 GB size. So this is a huge image. So yeah, this is something what I want to talk about right now. So server core and nano server are the most famous base images which you will need. And yeah, so over here, if you'll see the documentation, you can here they have explained the basic differences between these two images. So server core and nano server are the most common base images to target, and the key difference between these images is that the nano server has significantly smaller API surface. So PowerShell, WMI, and Windows servicing stack are absent on Nano server. Yeah, so this is to reduce the size of this nano server image. Yeah, so as you can see, as a trade-off to the smaller API service, the nano server image has significantly smaller on-disk footprint than the rest of the Windows-based images. So yeah, that's the benefit of nano server. So yeah, next thing what we want to do, we want to pull the nano server base image. Okay, so what I will try to do, I will try to pull Nanoserver. And but yeah, let's go to DockerHub. Now inside DockerHub, you will see that LTSC 2019 flag is available. That tag is not available. So if you see here in Windows Server Core, LTSC 2019 tag is available, but for Nano Server, it's not available. So let's just see what happens if we try to download LTSC 2019. Okay, so as you can see, the command has failed and Docker is complaining that I cannot find any suitable manifest with this tag. So yeah, even if you will try to just do nano server, it by default it tries to download the latest and it will fail. So what to do now? What we can do? So now second most important thing is with the version compatibility. So over here, as you can see, it says that you can query the version of Windows which you are running, and then you can download images based on this version. Okay, so let's do that. So what I'll do, I'll type cmd and then ver. So this will print out this version of Microsoft Windows which I am running. So this is my version. I will quickly copy this, and next what I will do, I will exit from CMD. Yeah, I'll clear this. And now inside this nano server, what I'll do, I will scroll down and over here, I will click on this link. So it says you can retrieve a list of all available tags for nano server. So let me click on this list. And as you can see, there are tons of tags available here. So what I'll do, I'll search for the one for my particular machine. And as you can see, this particular tag is available, which exactly matches the version of my virtual machine. So I will now try to pull this nano server image by giving this tag. And there you go. Now it's installing the Nano Server base image on my Windows Server machine. So yeah, this is something which you need to take care of. That yeah, sometimes installation of pulling images will fail, and you need to make sure that you are making sure that your operating system version and the base image version which you are trying to pull matches exactly the same. All right, so there you go. Now let's try to check our images which are available. And as you can see, the nano server image is like significantly, yeah, is of a significantly less size than that of server core base images. But of course, it comes with the trade-off. You don't have PowerShell inside nano server and a lot of other APIs. All right, perfect. So next thing what we want to do, we want to run an IIS base image. So we will search for that IIS base image Windows. So there you go. And it is giving us this information. And Windows IIS base images are available. And as you can see, Windows Server Core LTSC 2019 flag tag is also available. So we will pull this IIS base image with the LTSC 2019 tag. Yeah, because we are running LTSC 2019 virtual machine. All right, so let's do that. I will quickly pull this IIS base image, and there you go. The image download has finished, and yeah, let's try to run this image. So I'll quickly verify the image available. So I'll do Docker images, and as you can see that this new image IIS Windows Server Core LTSC 2019 is available. And yeah, let's try to run this image. So what I will do, since this is a web server, I will map the port 80. Okay, so let's do that. So I will do docker run, and I will run it in interactive mode IT, so that we can see what's happening inside container. So docker run IT, and then I will map the port. So port outside is 80, and the port inside container also 80, and then I will give this image name and the image tag. There you go. So let's run it. and this is now it has now given us interactive shell inside the container. So I will quickly run another PowerShell window, and I will run Docker PS. And as you can see, it's showing me that this particular container is currently running this particular image, and it has mapped this port 80 outside container to port 80 inside container. So let's quickly test this. So what I'll do, I'll quickly copy this public IP, and I will try to access it on my browser. And as you can see, this is giving me this IIS image page, IIS page. So let's do one thing. Let's stop this container. So I will do Docker stop, and I will give this container ID, and I'll press enter. So as you can see, yeah. So now if I do Docker PS, there are no containers running. And now if I try to refresh, this will give me an error because our IIS Windows container has stopped now. I have manually stopped it. It says that site cannot be reached because we have stopped it. All right, looking good. So things are looking good. So let's do a quick thing. So let's try to build our own yeah, let's try to build our own image. All right, so we will try to create our own Windows container image. So yeah, what I will do, I'll create a folder, mkdir, and I will give Windows image demo, and then I'll cd into it. Oops, Windows image demo. All right, so over here, what I'll do, I'll create a folder called content. Okay, content. Yes, and I will create an index.html file inside this. So I will do new item, and then content index.html. Okay, let's edit this file, and let's paste some HTML code in here. So this is nothing but a simple HTML document, and I have just given a heading here, my first container application. So I'll quickly save it. All right, looking good. And I'll close this shell. Yeah, okay, perfect. So now we can see that this content is available, and I have this index.html. Quickly verify the contents. So yes, looking good. Our HTML code is looking fine. So now next what I'll do, I'll create a Docker file. Okay, so I'll do new item, Docker file, and let's edit this Docker file. So yeah. So what I'll do, in order to create your own image, you can specify instructions in a Docker file. So this is exactly what I'm doing. So what I'll do, the first instruction what I'll tell Docker is like use this base image. So I want to use this IIS base image. So I will quickly do Docker images to, yeah, to copy this tag. So this is exactly the base image what I want to use. And next what I want to do is that yeah, remove the, yeah, so what this command will do, it will open a PowerShell session, and it will remove everything which is present inside www root folder. All right, and next what I want to do is I want to specify a working directory. So all other commands which I will specify will now run inside this directory. And next thing what I want to do, I want to copy my index.html. So I will give a copy command, and I will specify that whatever files are present inside my local content directory, copy them inside the container. Yeah, so this is my basic Docker file. I will save it. And what I'll do, I will now, so yeah, I will now quickly check the content of this Docker file. Yeah, contents are looking good. So now I will try to create my own Docker image. So let's run the Docker command to build an image. I'll do Docker build, and I will give tag, and I will say my container app, and then I will specify the Docker context. So dot here specifies that uh, all the files which Docker needs, like Dockerfile and then content folder, is available inside in current directory. So this dot specifies the current directory. Let's do that. And as you can see, it's now trying to build my image. And there you go. It has successfully created our image. Now what I will do, I'll try to run this image. So I'll do docker run, and I will run it in detached mode, and I will specify port, outside container, inside container, and then I will specify this image name. So yeah, let's run it. And there you go. It has given me this yeah container ID. So if I do docker ps, then I can quickly see that this particular container 06cd is currently running this particular image. And yeah, it's up and running, port 8080. So let's try to come here and refresh. And there you have it, my first container application, which is exactly the HTML file we have packaged inside this container. Yes, now one last thing which we want to do is like we want to make sure that we delete all the resources which we created. So what I'll do, I'll go inside this resource group, Windows Container Demo, and I will click on delete resource group, and I will select this name, and I will click delete, because if this virtual machine will keep on running, it will cost you. So yeah, Azure will charge you for this. So it's better to remove the resources which you don't want to use anymore to save the cost associated with it. And perfect, our resource is finally removed. So I will quickly verify it, and as you can see, I don't see any resource group, and we have successfully deleted our RGWin container demo resource group. So this is absolutely important so that you can save your cost. So guys, that was it for the video today, and I really hope you like this video. And if yes, then do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming content. I'm thinking to post more videos about Docker Swarm with the Windows servers and how to deploy applications using Azure DevOps. And I would also love to hear back from you. So please feel free to post a comment down the video, and I will do my best to reply. So looking forward for your comments, and we'll catch you later pretty soon.